Hey, boom, welcome home to Vrievolution Tarot. So today we are doing a pick a card reading for you, and this pick a card reading is going to be divided in two parts. The part 1 is available on Patreon and the part 2 is available here on YouTube. The part 1 on Patreon, the topic for the reading is what is your enemy currently noticing about you? What are they observing about you currently? Alright, what are they perceiving of you right now? So that is going to be on Patreon. And the part 2 is here on YouTube. The topic here is what does your enemy love about you? What do they like about you? What do they love about you? Okay. What do they cherish about you? So pick an option based on the images on the thumbnail or these three crystals, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You can choose whichever is pulling you the most and we'll dive into your piles. If you want to check out my personal readings or get in touch with me or check out my Patreon services where I have two separate tiers for pick a card readings and for alchemy, learning alchemy and spell work. I'm uploading more than 500 spells there for you to learn and grow and transform your life. If you're interested in those things, you can check out the description box below. You can also gift me tarot decks and oracle decks through my Amazon wishlist and my Etsy wishlist given in the description box below. If you want to check out the part 1 of this reading on Patreon, the link of the Patreon reading will be given in the description box below as well. Alright, so I'll see you in your piles. Alright, so pile 1. I'm just going to spray some protection mist and road opening mist for you and for me in this space so that we are unaffected from any negative entities, energies trying to invade our space while I do this reading for you. Alright. So if you want to learn how to make this, it's in my alchemist tier. I teach you very simple DIYs that you can do in your home to magically transform your space, your life, your finances, your career. So if you're interested to tackle all aspects of your life alchemically and magically with easy to do steps and beginner level magic to advanced level magic, check out my alchemist tier. Alright. So let's get that out of the way. If you chose this crystal or if you chose the first pile from the thumbnail, let's tap in. What does your enemy love about you? We have courtesy. We have burnt by the sun. We have renewal. We have miracles. We have self-reflection. We have realization. We have surrender your desire to control people. We have surrender to what is. We have advocate. And we have health. Alright, so pile 1, what am I getting for you in terms of what does your enemy actually love about you? They love that you are, first of all, very well spoken, okay, very well spoken, very well mannered, well dressed. You come across as like a good boy or a good girl energy, okay. There's something about you not only having that level of mannerism where you are very kind and courteous and helpful to other people whenever they require your help or whenever they need you, but you're also someone who has big ambitions in your life. Okay, you have big dreams, you have big goals, and because of these big goals and dreams, you constantly keep renewing yourself. You constantly keep looking at yourself in the mirror and checking whether the beliefs that you hold, the values that you hold, the kind of life that you are living based on what dreams you want to achieve, do they really align with you? Are you really aligning with your own values, with your own sense of what you know you deserve? So there is a level of self-reflection that constantly makes you look at yourself, constantly makes you transform and change your life based on what is the most healthy option for you, what is the most healthy change for you, what is the most healthy routine for you, what are the most healthy people for you in your life, right? So I feel like you really focus on those things. You really focus on your health. You could be a spokesperson for health, like you communicate about how to keep yourself healthy and how you might teach people about health, or you could talk about very healthy subjects and topics that your enemies actually sit and learn from. right? So it's like the ideas that you come up with, pile one. The ideas that you come up with when it comes to success, ambition, where you are headed in life, and what changes you make in your life based on your ambitions and goals, while also being very kind and courteous and generous with your ideas, with your information. This is something your enemies love about you, because they get to learn from you, they get to understand a whole different aspect of what they are not able to be or what they are not able to do. I feel like you're someone who is also quite empathic as a person. I see a frog here with frog, that is like, I see frog as a symbol of cleansing, of purification, of crying and releasing all the pent up emotions and traumas and things like that. Okay. So with your energy, what your enemies love about you is that you are someone who does not let anybody stop you from reaching your ambitions and goals. And if someone hurts you in the way, or someone backstabs you in the way, or if your enemies hurt you in any way, you still keep getting back up somehow. And it's interesting that they love this about you, because somehow they should hate you for this, right? Because if their plans are not successful, if they are not able to destroy you, and the more they try to destroy you, the more you renew yourself, the more you renew your mindset, the more you believe in miracles, the more you amp up your faith in spirit, amp up your faith in the divine, they should be actually pissed off at you, right? But deep inside, in their soul, they love you for this. Deep inside, though. They don't know this. They don't know why they are so hateful towards you and drawn towards you, because they are your enemy. But deep down in their heart, they know that you are showing them the way to also believe in these things, because you are providing evidence to them of how they are trying their level best to create blocks in your life, to create you to make you stumble in life, and you still keep getting back up, you still keep renewing yourself, you still keep a healthy mindset about yourself, you still have your integrity, you still have your morality and your beliefs intact. And in fact, your beliefs just keep renewing to better and better versions of itself, even after your enemies attack you or gang stalk you or want to take you down or want to destroy you completely. Like, there's something about you that your enemies feel is like a blessing, like there's some miracle that happens, whereas you are saved from your enemies, or that your enemies cannot touch you, that your enemies, no matter how much they have tried, they have not been able to break your integrity or break your morality towards other people. Okay. And that's because you don't mind looking at yourself in the mirror and doing your inner work. You don't mind looking at your traumas and diving deep into your shadow work. You don't mind opening doors to your own subconscious mind and seeing where you are faltering, and seeing where there could be certain unhealthy patterns, unhealthy ways of feeling, thinking, and taking actions that cause for more negativity to accumulate in your life, right? So you could be like someone who, like, for example, I have recently been taking blue lotus, and I see blue lotus here as well. So some of you could be into plant medicine, some of you could be like, for example, if you see other people getting high and you used to get high in the past, right? You would rather alternate it with something healthy, or you would research about what's a better way to get high without it damaging your body, or like you have a very healthy mindset in terms of what you will accept in your life. With the advocate, like, what are you going to advocate for, what are you going to stand up for, what are you going to defend, and what do you need to actually release. And sometimes it's also important to accept people for who they are, right? And I feel like you don't try to change your enemies, or you don't try to tell your enemies who they should be, what they should do. Like, you're very non-controlling in that way. You let your actions do the talking, is what I'm hearing. And that's what your enemies love about you deep inside, because if they were at the receiving end of what they have tried to do to you or talk about you behind your back, they would have lost their cool, pile one, clearly. They would have lost their cool with the advocate. Like, they would have embraced negative causes, or they would have committed to causes for personal gain in order to, like, get back at you, right? because there is a level of immaturity within them that still does not allow them to look at their own flaws and mistakes and accept that for what it is. It's very hard for them to do that. So they would point those flaws at you. They would blame you for certain things because you are the perfect scapegoat, because you are the thoughtful one, you're the polite one, you're the one with good manners, right? But the fact of the matter is that your enemies initially thought that you will always have to keep up this facade of being polite and thoughtful, because they think that it's a facade. They think that your good views and your advocacy towards healthy things and you renewing yourself through body, mind, and spirit and self-reflecting on yourself is just a reflection of you wearing a mask to reach your ambitions. That's how they have convinced themselves to hate you in a way, because your light irritates their internal demons that they are not able to unite and conquer and accept and love and integrate. Whereas you are doing the work here with the lone wolf here, I feel like you could have been on a journey where you've had to self-reflect. You have had to surrender to what is truly. Even if these enemies have it out for you and if they want to destroy you or get back at you in some way, it's like you, instead of fighting it, you have learned how to flow with it. You have learned how to master your hermit journey, where you have gone inside. You have tried to look for your own truth rather than trying to make them believe in you or trying to make them convinced that you are a good person, right? And sometimes it was difficult for you because you had to, maybe you craved sugar cravings, or you had certain doubts about your own sense of self-worth and things like that, but you never let it bother you to the point where you did not get back up after another jab from your enemy. Like it was just pure impulse that also helped you during these phases. And like you somehow you don't like fighting as well, is what I'm hearing, pile one. You don't like fighting or you don't like conflict, and your enemies love that. When you can't change a situation, you compassionately accept it exactly as it is, because you want peace and that's what you're looking for. And somehow your enemies love this because it's like you don't bother them. You don't have a desire to control them just as much as they have a desire to control you. You give them the freedom to be who they are, because they are meant to go through their own experiences and learn from those experiences, because you have a mature, wise soul. You're an old soul and you have had many incarnations on this planet where you have come through as different life forms. You have been a wolf, you have been a butterfly, you have been a flower, you've been in the plant kingdom, you have been in the water kingdom, like you have been the stars. You've been in the stars, you've been the sky, you've been the snake, you've been, like, you get what I mean, right? Like there's a very strong old soul energy coming through in your pile where you've been so many entities and energies that there's a lot of wisdom that has come due to those experiences, pile one. And so when you see your enemies treating you with such carelessness or with so many plans under the radar about how it is that they can basically catch you off guard in terms of when is your mask going to drop, and they keep triggering you to see whether you will be compassionate if they do something that triggers you, if they bring up something from your childhood wounds, if they try to mess with something that's very sacred and personal to you, or if they talk about you behind your back and then that message reaches you, and how are you reacting to that? So it's like these people, your enemies, your haters, they want to constantly keep testing you to see whether you're finally going to let out your dark side to the point where you're going to reveal your true self and how dark and hideous you are. You're just like them, is what I'm hearing. Like your enemies want to prove that you are just like them. Like you are no exception. You're not an angel. Like you are a demon just like them, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Yeah. And your enemies in a way feel like you show so much compassion to trap people, or so that you can eventually control people. Okay. And somehow it's like they delusionally believe this to keep hating you, so that somehow you show that mask, like remove that mask and show the entire people around you or people that you care about and love so deeply, who you truly are, so that you are isolated from those people, so that you don't have that level of care and compassion and empathy and empathetic connections and healthy connections where you are inspired to be compassionate towards each other and stand up for each other and care for each other and take care of each other, things like that, you know. Yeah, you could be life path number 3, 7, 1, 8, 2. Okay, 8 is significant here. 3, we have 38, 28, 17 as well here, 20 and 31 as well. So some of you could be these ages. These could be your life path numbers as well, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's like you somehow, what your enemies truly love about you and what they like about you is that you also keep testing them to see how dark they can get. And they enjoy that because somehow it's like they have come here to learn lessons based on their darkness, based on their lack of integration of their demonic nature, right? So they have come here to experience it. They have come here to master their lower urges of manipulating and being passive aggressive and wanting to be a psychopath or like things like that, right? Very dark tendencies. They've come here to basically learn lessons by being that way towards extremely compassionate people, to the point where there's this opposites energy, so that they are able to then find a middle ground. So without you, pile 1, they would not have a karmic way of bridging the gap to come into balance. Okay, so subconsciously your enemy thanks you for this, even though you don't know it. Subconsciously and unconsciously your enemy thanks you for being so resilient, for being so compassionate, no matter how many times they have tried to bring you down, tried to mess with your reputation, tried to make you fall off your politeness, or at times tried to make you careless, reckless, thoughtless, at times tried to test your good manners towards other people, at times tried to destroy your reputation so that you're not able to be ambitious in life, tried to mess with your self-worth or self-belief in yourself, right? Yeah. Let's see, is there any other messages from tarot cards here? Powerful reading, pile 1. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating, and check out the part 1 of this reading on my Patreon, which is what is your enemy currently noticing and observing about you. Okay? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of answers for you in that reading as well. So yeah, we have the devil. What do they love about you? We have the devil. What does your enemy love about you? We have 4 of swords. What does pile 1's enemy love about pile 1? What does pile? Okay, we have high priestess. We have hangman, hanged one. We have 9 of wands. And let's get one more. Pile 1 spirit. What does their enemy love about pile 1? We have knight of wands reversed. Right. So what does your enemy love about you, pile 1? Your enemy loves the fact that whenever they take jabs at you, that you have to heal from it. Like, you have to take your time, you have to kind of go into isolation, you have to feel the heartbreak, the pain, and the process of you doing that, of isolating yourself, of becoming completely secretive and diving deep into your shadow work, looking at your wounds and understanding where these subconscious patterns are coming from, which block you from truly accepting yourself for who you authentically are at times, or doubting yourself and your ambitions, or at times because you go into this zone where you want to be isolated or you want to have privacy, you could blame yourself because you are very self-reflective, right? So that can come with its dark side of at times being very hard on yourself when you are taking time to heal, because you're also very ambitious, right? So it's like your enemies love the fact that they are able to get you in a position where you are not able to be ambitious because they have hurt you in some way, and now you need to lick your wounds and self-reflect. So they have kind of realized your pattern, that the more they hurt you, the more you're going to keep going away from your ambition to heal, and the more you become private about what you are doing, and that you stop meeting others or stop talking to others too much, or start keeping secrets from others, the more they can talk shit about you in a way to kind of convince other people that you are doing things that are not moral, are not ethical, are not legal, and in a way to change others' perspective about your character and about your personality while you do that. So they love the fact that they are able to do this. Like, they enjoy whatever it is, that the pleasure that they get from doing this, from wounding you. But despite them doing this and them having a cycle of doing this, you still see them coming. You still see them coming. You can predict exactly what they're about to do, or what they're about to say, or what their intentions are, or how they're about to act. Like, you have a lot of spiritual guides, your ancestors, who protect you from your enemies as well. And so your enemies love the fact that somehow, because of this strong protection, that they also have to keep leveling up their game of darkness towards you, or spewing their darkness towards you. Yeah, there's literally a red ant on the spread right now, and red ant sucks blood, right? So it's like there's something about them. They love the fact that they are able to, like, change your essence by spewing darkness on you. Like, yeah. And with the red ants, they also sting, right? Go to Google and type red ant spiritual meaning and comment it down below. Okay, pile one, because that will help others who have chosen your pile as well. But yeah, I feel like you're a very sensitive person, you're a very empathic person, and your enemies love the fact that they can, like, trigger you and trigger your sensitivities to the point where you have to keep healing yourself. There's also something coming up about your aggressive side. Like, you don't show your aggression, but there's some accumulation of aggression towards your enemies that they know that you feel, but that you don't reveal, and they want to keep triggering you until you show it, or until you openly say it. But they're also terrified of it at the same time, because when you actually do say it after holding back for so long, they are not really sure who would believe them versus who would believe you, and that is kind of scary and terrifying to them. So they love the thrill of, like, not knowing, but at the same time they are terrified of the fact that when that happens, they don't know which side is going to be favored the most. All right, so check out the part 1 of this reading. The link will be given in the description box below, for what are your enemies actually noticing about you right now, and what are they observing about you. Okay, the zodiac signs I'm seeing here are Capricorn, Libra, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so yes, I'll see you in your second reading if you wish to see it. All right, and take care of yourself. Pile 1, if you enjoyed this reading, do let me know in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions for topics, or if you want to join my Patreon, or if you have any questions regarding the readings, put it down below in the comments. All right, I'll see you later, and peace. All right, so pile 2, for those of you who chose pile 2, let's spray some protection spray for you and for me during this phase, so that no negative entities can trouble us. If you are interested to learn more about how to make these, I teach you on Patreon. Okay, so you can tap into my Patreon membership of Alchemist tier. where there are more than 500 spells that are coming up for you to transform your life in terms of your love life, your money, your career, your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional well-being. Everything is taken care of there. All right. So if you want to check it out, check out my Alchemist tier. The second one is my pick a card tier, where there will be a part 1 of this reading, which is what are your enemies literally observing about you right now. Okay. So this is the part 2. Let's dive into it. We have the death who will come. Interesting. Okay. We have rebellion. What do your enemies love about you? We have retreat. Oh boy, this is a powerful group right here. Okay, we have protection. Woo! Guardians of the land. Yes. Okay, we have the path. We have focus. Damn. I'm already feeling the energy here. We have surrender, comparisons with other people. We have surrender, the idea that you can fix someone. We have slave. Oh boy. We have change in reverse. Okay. Interesting. All right. So pile 2, what does your enemy love about you? The first thing that I was getting right off the bat is that your enemies can't stop watching you. Like these enemies actually like love you. Okay, like deeply. And I'm going to tell you why. Because first of all, I know that that pisses you off, like in some way. Like, why would they love me, right? Like, I hate them, right, Paltu? Like, you definitely hate your enemies, or you cannot tolerate them, or you just, because I feel like you have a very dominating personality, first of all. Whew, like, there's so much power in your pile. Like, I myself am inspired by you right now because of what I'm seeing on the spread. But first of all, what your enemies love about you is the fact that you are someone who does not mind chaos. In fact, you would be the first one to start it if your enemies are looking for smoke, if your enemies are looking for tension, if your enemies are looking for some level of chaos. You would be the first one to start it. Like, you want to start it? Okay, I'll go. I'll be the beginner of this. I'll be the revolution of this. Like, that's what I'm hearing from you, Pile too. Okay. So I feel like you have a very, very strong personality, a very dominating personality. It's very tough for people to get one over on you or try to make you a victim of their wrath or a victim of their chaos or a victim of their manipulation, things like that. Because the moment you sense something like that is happening, either you stop talking to these people or you start being very authentic and honest and real and blurt out what the hell is going on in the situation, to the point where either your enemies get humiliated or triggered, or they, like, I'm hearing pee in their pants. Like, you're scary, pile 2. You're scary to be an enemy of, I'm hearing. So most of your enemies are very like under the radar, I'm hearing. They don't tell you that they are your enemy. They don't show you that they are your enemy, but they do it on a very in a very hideous way. Like, uh, they hide how much they actually have a problem with things that you do or things that you say or who you are as a person, because mostly it's about your entire personality is what they get triggered by mostly, right? But at the same time, it's like you are very fiercely protective of the people that you care about, that you love. You're also very fiercely protective of yourself. You know when to stand your ground. You know when to change and pivot your path when necessary in life. You're not someone that follows the beaten path in life. Like, you're someone who's quite unconventional, and you have a focus on a path that is very unconventional to a lot of other people, and that has built a level of confidence within you that if you have to let go of some people, if you have to stop talking to some people, if you have to make certain strong decisions to be hyper independent at times, or learn things on your own, or get over your own survival mode by learning different things and coping mechanisms that you need to let go of, like, you are very good at realizing those things and pivoting on that path. You also have a lot of ancestral protection on you. Okay. And somehow your enemies, it's like your enemies pile, you know what, like I'm going to give you a very honest truth right now. I don't know if you are going to be comfortable with this or not, but I'm just going to tell you exactly how your enemies think. Because they are not able to confront you on your face, or because of the level of power that surges through you and that terrifies your enemies, it makes them fantasize about like you being a slave on bed with them. Yeah. It makes them fantasize about being intimate with you. It makes them fantasize about how life would be with you if you were not so outspoken, or if you were just following their orders, because you are someone who's quite a dominating personality. You're a very fierce, a very motivating personality. At times there's an aggression about you that is hard to handle, hard to deal with, and somehow it makes people want to like be close to you intimately to then manipulate you. That's also something I'm hearing. So if they try to sweet talk you or charm you or things like that, it's because they want to have it their way, and they want to like, they don't want to change themselves, but they want to change you. They want you to be controlled by them because you are not controllable. Like you hate control. I'm hearing pile too. Like you might become extremely aggressive towards people who try to tame you or control you or tell you what to do or tell you where to go, or because you're a very independent soul. Like you are here to be sovereign. You're not someone who's come here to take like, I don't know, like you might be great at taking advice or something, but it's up to you whether you're going to listen to that advice or you're going to go ahead with that advice, right? So there's this energy of you doing things that are very unconventional, and somehow it makes your enemies want to fantasize like not just being with you on that sexual level, right? Not just on that level, but on a level where you allow them in to your vulnerable side, or their or to um, make you open up to them about like your secrets, or about what makes you rebel so much, or what makes you so unconventional. Like tell us exactly what happened so that we can manipulate you, but you retreat from them. That's what they like. You are a constant mystery, even though you are accessible, because you have to be accessible because of your work, or because of certain ambitions that you have for yourself as well. So even though you're accessible, you're such a mystery, and that is what your enemies love about you. Your enemies love how protective you are, like I said, of yourself, but also of the people that you care about. And somehow like they see that that is your weak spot, and they love that about you. Like thank God pile 2 has a weak spot. Like it's the people that they love, right? That's their vulnerability, right? So somehow it's like they try to make themselves feel good about the fact that they know like one Achilles heel that you have, right? So yeah, but I feel like your enemies love the fact that you don't focus on them. You don't care about, like you could care less about your enemies, or you don't have time for such frivolity, I'm hearing. Why do, what is this energy? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Interesting. So your enemies also try to like compare you to other people that they know, or other people that they hate, and you are the one that they hate the most, is what I'm hearing. Like they compare you with other people that they dislike, and like they really want to like make you their slave to the point where like you ask them to like hurt you, or ask them to, because you have been that dominating, or you have been someone who is in a position of authority, or you have a lot of money, you have a lot of wealth, you have a lot of social status. That's what I'm hearing. Like so your enemies cannot just f with you like that, right? So they try to compare you to other people that they hate, but like they despise you, like, but at the same time they are so focused and obsessed with you because you couldn't care less about them. And they love that about you though. Like they love the fact that you don't care also, because subconsciously it makes them understand how much they are focusing on something that is not even beneficial to them, which in turn is going to waste all their precious life years, which in turn is going to teach them wisdom about what to do in this life or what to do in the next life. So there's a lot of wisdom that their subconscious mind and their unconscious mind thanks you for, that even they are not aware of in their conscious mind, right? Wow. Yeah. I feel like the moment you look at your enemies, like they like they cower, like they become like a coward, like they become moldable, like you can do whatever you want with them, like they become like, I'm hearing putty, like putty, right? Putty, like, or clay, like I'm hearing, yeah, like you can mold me to whatever you want, but they fantasize about doing that same thing to you. Okay, they fantasize about you putting them on a pedestal and you talking highly about them, because I don't think you have ever spoken one good thing about your enemies, like, or you haven't given them one compliment until today, or you keep very silent when they are around you because you can see through what they you can see through what they intend, and you really are very protective of yourself, of your family, so you retreat, like you shush yourself, or you, like, you have a legendary way of dealing with your enemies. I'm going to tell you straight up. And that comes from your experience, that comes from your success, that comes from your going through ups and downs and realizing how it is that you need to conduct yourself to protect yourself, right? Yeah. Your enemies hate change, by the way, so they see you changing all the time, like they see you making waves in terms of transforming your life, being very different than others, or having a very different life than others. And this is something that makes your enemies have to keep up with you, because they keep comparing themselves with you as well. So they have to keep up with you all the time. I'm hearing keeping up with the Kardashians. So you never know, maybe a Kardashian is watching this reading, but it doesn't have to be. It just means that you could come from a reputable family, okay, or you watch Keeping Up with Kardashians and that has given you a lot of like advice on how to deal with enemies, maybe. That's also coming through. All right. But yeah, interesting. Or you come from a wealthy family, right? Or you have your own wealthy family and you have to take care of them, you have to protect them, and that is why you are who you are. What do your enemies love about you? Such an interesting reading, man. Like, I'm so proud of myself for doing this reading, truly. Let's get a bit more though. You could be a Scorpio, by the way. Scorpio Aquarius is very strong in this reading. Okay. Yeah. I feel like, sorry. I feel like there is also this energy of, like, you are not someone who will try to like give your unsolicited advice to people. Like, there's something about you coming through that's very observant of people. Like, you're very quiet, you quietly observe, and you don't try to like give your advice, or you don't try to say too much to reveal exactly what's going on. And your enemies love that about you, because again, they're not able to figure out what you're thinking or what your motive is, or what is going to be the outcome between you and them. Like, there's something very unanticipated or unpredictable, or they are not able to calculate what is going to be happening next between you and them. They love this though. They love the uncertainty because their nervous system is already traumatized. So you doing this to them is like you bringing them closer to healing, because they require those levels of maybe electrocutions in their system, where they feel unsafe, where they feel like they don't know, where they feel like they are lost, right? And the more they do that, the more they're obsessed with you, and the more they are obsessed with you, they lose on to their precious years of life that they could have spent focusing on their own mental health, on their own self-love. Okay. Yeah, you definitely have messages in my part 1 of this reading, definitely. Okay, pile 2. So check out what are they observing about you right now. All right, so let's see. Let's get a few tarot cards here as well. You could come from colder countries, by the way, or You have a warrior spirit is what I'm hearing. You have the spirit of a warrior, okay? Let's keep this here. Wow, we have justice. Dude, like, woo! Justice! Damn! Like, you're extremely fair. You're a very honest person. Very fair and very honest. Very truthful. Very real. Okay? There's something about, like, you cannot see unfairness happen for people or towards people. We have 9 of Wands. And if people try to, like, be unjust or unfair in any way, shape or form, it's like you don't mind going off on them, or you handle, wow, this is interesting. So you handle it in a way where you are being very, like, diplomatically blunt, I'm hearing. Okay? Like, diplomatically aggressive. Like, you speak with your eyes, or you speak with, like, you don't have to speak. Your eyes speak for itself. Your body language speaks for itself. Like, there's something about that that's coming through. Your enemies love that about you, because again, that makes them pee in their pants, and that makes them scared of what you're going to do next. Are you going to bite them? I know. What is this energy, man? Damn. Yeah, 5 of Wands. Like, they feel like having a conflict with you, because that's how they will be able to trigger you. But then you already have boundaries towards these enemies. Like, you're very well protected, and you take care of your boundaries in that way. So, yeah. Also, your ambitions, your path is protected. Your home is protected from your enemies. Okay. You could have done some protection work on yourself. It is definitely working. We have Judgment. Yeah, your enemies are extremely judgmental of you, because they're not able to, like, take you off your pedestal or take you off of your path of self-importance. Like, they're not able to do anything. Yeah, because you're the Empress. Exactly. Exactly. Because we have 9 of Cups, because, and that makes you your enemy's wish fulfillment, because they're meant to learn this from you. They're meant to take notes. Pile 2. That's why they love you. They are meant to they're taking notes. They're realizing what they are actually supposed to do. But because they are your enemies, it's like all the things that you do triggers them into judging you and feeling left out by you, while you keep flourishing, while you keep growing, while you keep thinking positive thoughts, while you keep transforming your life and being nurturing and loving to people that you care, and leaving people out in the cold that you couldn't care less about. Like, there's something about that. And to be in your sacred inner circle is very difficult, because it's like you read people's soul, I'm hearing, with your eyes. Like, you're able to see exactly what is behind those eyes. Is it a soul, or is it a demon, or is it, what is it? Is it an unintegrated demon? That's what's also coming through. Like, or is it someone that you can handle? Because, and don't get me wrong, you can handle everything that's thrown at you, because you're a warrior spirit. Okay, you have been given those powers by the divine to be in that position of power, to be in that position of control, to be able to be like this. But your enemies, no matter how much chaos they try to cause in your life, and no matter how much they have tried to wound you in your life, you have always come back to your true internal nature of self-love and of nurturing and of caring, and you provide that to other people. You provide a safe space for other people. And your enemies somehow, like, they do, why do they love that spirit? Because somehow it just makes them feel that maybe one day you will give them that nurturing energy too. Like, that's what's coming through. I'm not gonna kid you. Like, you won't judge them one day. Like, one day you will stop criticizing them, or one day you will stop giving them those terrifying looks with your eyes, or one day you will nurture them just as much as you nurture your loved ones. Like, one day they'll be your loved ones as well. Like, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. One day you will pay for them. One day you will, like, spoil them with your money. One day you will give them everything that you own and sign away your property and sign away your assets to them. I'm telling you, Pile, too, like, Gosh, these enemies, like they have wild fantasies about what you could do for them. And they love playing a victim in front of you. They love playing like, that they don't have enough, that they are really suffering in life and you're the only person that can help them. They come up with stories about like how they are being judged in the world, or how there's conflict going on, and how they are not succeeding in life because people are out to get them, and you're the only one that can understand, and you see right through it. Like, look at your eyes, like when you're listening to all this. Oh, powerful, Pile. Oh my goodness. Let me know, like Pile too. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, like, is this resonating with you? Some of you could have dark hair, some of you could have blonde hair, okay, short hair, long hair as well, curly hair, wavy hair, all right. Yeah, please let me know in the comments, like, did this resonate with you? Okay. I don't know if I mentioned the numbers. We have 30, 33, 38, 21, 8 and 14. So these could be your ages, or there could be life path numbers in any of these numbers. Okay. And for the zodiac signs, I'm seeing Taurus, Libra. We have Capricorn, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. So this is what I have for you. Check out the part 1 of this reading, which is what are your enemies literally observing about you right now? Like, what are they looking at? What are they thinking about you? Like, what are they perceiving? Okay. Because they are observing something based on everything that I just exposed about them. So check it out in the description box. The link of the reading will be in the description box below. You can also check out my alchemist tier, where I have 500 plus spells that are coming up. I upload 8 spells per month on my Patreon. So only with your support I will continue to upload. Otherwise, if I'm not supported by you, then there's no point in me uploading that. So if you want to gain the benefits of that, please do come and support me as a creator, so that I can give back to the community as much as I can. All right. So thank you so much, pile 2, and peace. All right. For those of you who chose pile 3, let's tap into your reading and see what your enemies love about you. We have the thirst. Interesting. We have death rites, saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives. Prosperity. We have new beginnings. Hunger. Fear. Surrender negative thinking. Surrender to rest and sleep. King. Honesty. All right. So pile 3. What does your enemy love about you? Now, I'm definitely picking up like a very crazy vibe from your enemy. Okay, so whoever your enemy is, like, they're extremely creepy, first of all. Pile 3. Okay, they're very creepy. I think this is one of the most dangerous enemies that I've channeled. Okay, so you have very dangerous enemies, or you tend to attract very dangerous enemies in your life. Now, this could be a karmic path for you to also learn to be the strongest of them all, literally, right? But yeah, there's a level of like drooling, when it comes to your enemies who watch you, who stalk you, who obsess over you. I feel like your enemies tend to become very obsessive about you, very possessive, very territorial about you. Like, they are the only ones that are meant to destroy you. Nobody else can touch you. Like, you are their prey or something like that. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I don't remember which anime was this in. I was also obsessively watching one anime recently, and now I've forgotten the name of it. What was the anime, Spirit? Like, that is my prey. Do not touch it. Yeah, it was Grimjaw in Bleach. Correct, correct. So the connection between Grimjaw and the main character, Kurosaki. Just go on YouTube and search for the scenes of Grimjaw and Kurosaki, Ichigo, right? And look at their connection with each other. There's something about that that's significant in this file. Okay, but yeah, I feel like this person is obsessed with destroying you because you have said goodbye to them, or you don't mind saying bye, or you don't mind leaving their life because whenever you realize that things are getting too toxic in your life, or whenever you realize that you're not meant to be here, or you are suffering due to this person, like you have this understanding that you need to get up and walk away. And this is, maybe it took some time where you had to tolerate a lot. Pile 3, you had to tolerate a lot of maybe trauma, a lot of um, baggage that was projected from this enemy onto you, before you could actually realize that you can say goodbye, that you have the ability to do it, right? So I feel like you somehow found your freedom from this person, okay? But at the same time, you developed your shadow, is what I'm picking up. So what your enemy loves about you is that they have slightly put their shadow in you, or they have injected their demonic energy into you due to their torture towards you, or due to their influence over you. Now, this could have been an influence since your childhood. So this could be a toxic mom, a toxic dad, a toxic step family member, a toxic whoever. Okay, this could be whoever. But this is someone you could know since a very young age. And this person loves the fact that they have been able to, like, I don't know, influence you to be a bit like them. Why do they feel that, Spirit? Ooh, because if they hadn't treated you the way that they did, you wouldn't have new beginnings in your life. It's like they feel that somehow they have taught you a lot in your younger years. Okay. And they love the fact that you took that advice, but they hate the fact that you actually dared to walk away from them, or dared to, like, avoid their cravings or avoid their compulsion or obsession towards you. And every time they are hungry for you, like, you say bye or you don't communicate with them. Maybe this person wanted to control your money or control your prosperity. Okay. And this enemy, yeah, I'm speaking nothing but the truth. Like, that sneeze was a confirmation. But this person is coming through as a person, this enemy is coming through as an enemy that has excessive feelings of entitlement towards you. Like, they have an extreme level of wanting to own you, but own you to destroy you. Like, this is not an ownership to protect you, to nurture you, to take care of you, to love you, to because it's like there's a hatred that this person has with you from past lives. Some of you are being advised to see my Patreon reading, past life beef with your enemy. So what is the past life beef you have with this person? You will figure out in that reading. I will link it down below as well, right, in the description box or in the comment section. But it's like this person has a very strong animosity towards you since past lives, and they hmm, they love the fact that you are scared to be honest about what they have done to you. No matter what they have done to you, they feel that they are glad that they could do this to you, because it created a level of fear in you where you were ashamed of yourself, or where you felt like you were so weak or vulnerable that it was taken advantage of, and that you can't open up and share this with other people. So in a way, you could have hermited, or you could have isolated yourself, you could have gone back into your shell. And whenever you do that, like, you come back reborn, like, you come back with more gifts, with more abilities, or you create something from nothing, and you create miracles in your life, you create your own new beginnings. So this person hates that you are able to do that, but they love the fact that they were able to stop you from being honest. And they love the fact that they have been able to make you a negative thinker or a pessimistic thinker about life or about people, where it's hard for you to trust people now, it's hard for you to open up and be vulnerable and be able to feel safe with others. This person doesn't want you to feel safe with anyone but them. So they could be violent towards you, they could be manipulative towards you, they could be passive aggressive towards you, or they could be directly aggressive towards you. But that should be your safe space, according to this person. Because at the end of the day, I take care of the money, or I will provide for you, or I will take care of you. That's what I'm hearing from this person. Like, I will do everything that you require, but you have to take my abuse, you have to get tortured by me, and you have to shut up about it. Like, shut the hell up, loser. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I'm channeling their energy towards you, pile 3. So don't mind, but it's coming through, okay? And I have to give you what is coming through. I'm not going to baby you because you have come here for stronger lessons. You are not like other human beings. You need to realize your power. That's why I'm being very blunt with you so that I can come to the empowering messages after this, okay? But let me be blunt here, okay? And if you're triggered, please leave. I don't want you to be here if you're triggered, because this is a empowering message, but it has to reveal the shadows that are coming out, okay? And if people have a trigger towards shadows, then you're not meant to be on my channel. You're not meant to be on my channel. All right. So trigger warning right there. Now this person loves the fact that you are someone who maybe talks about enlightenment, talks about spirituality, and you have the abilities to be in this healthy masculine energy of having benevolent leadership towards others. Like you can lead others to a good place in life. You can actually advise others and suggest things to others that can improve their lives, that can change their lives. And this person loves to take your advice, or they love, but the point is that they want those talents and gifts and advice for themselves. So it's like interesting. Oh my goodness, I'm hearing that they want to keep traumatizing you so that you keep getting new gifts, or maybe new psychic gifts, new spiritual gifts, new whatever gifts, so that you can use it for them, so that you can only use it for this person, so that you can only focus on this person and be hungry for this person and wait for this person to come home in your torn clothes, so that you're honest to them about what's going on around them, or what they should know about, or how they can make more money, or how they can have new beginnings in life. And they want to keep harvesting off of you by siphoning your energy through sexual means, through aggressive means, through making you feel like you're helpless without them, to make you feel dormant in life, to make you feel like you can't trust anybody but them, because even though they have been abusive towards you in all manners, they are the only ones that are going to be honest with you about how much they love you. Okay, so this is this person's idea of love. It's very twisted, or it's very it's based on insecurities that they have within themselves. Yeah, this person, I feel like they are never going to be able to move on from you, or even if you treat them like you are, like they are dead to you, or that they don't matter to you, or like this person will always hunger for you. Okay, now I'm going to give you the reason why. Because you are someone, pile 3, when you enter a person's life, that person starts getting blessings. They start getting new opportunities. They start getting new beginnings. They are gifted things that they never thought was possible for them. That is how freaking powerful your energy is. And that's because of your purity and your innocence, your pure heart, your kindness, your good intentions, your intentions to benefit everyone under your leadership, your good intentions, your intentions that want to help people and be generous towards people. That creates a lot of good karmic energy. And you have done it by yourself, even though you were tortured, even though you're abused, even though you're traumatized. You have done this for yourself. This person cannot do it. If this person was in your place, imagine what they would have done. If you were the tormentor and they were getting abused by you, imagine how they would have reacted. Could they have taken how you have taken it, and you're still so kind and loving and caring? Could they have actually succumbed to even more shame, to the point where they feel negative towards connecting to someone else and trusting someone else? What would they have done? And look at how, in comparison, what you have done. And compare the two. I'm telling you, this time you need to compare the two, because at times you could feel like this person's consciousness and shadow is taking over you, where you feel like you're behaving like them, or your mannerisms have become like them, or you're talking like them, or you are expressing like them. And at times this person could also keep like keep reminding you of this, keep reminding you of how you were together at one point, how they taught you certain things, how you know certain things because of them, right? So it's like this, I don't know what it's called, like a feedback, or constantly giving you this affirmation, so that it programs in your mind to the point where now you start acting like them, you start imitating their actions, their words, their behaviors, their patterns, their tendencies. So it's like somewhere you could feel like this person has subconsciously affected you to the point where you're not able to separate yourself from them. But Spirit is saying you're not supposed to separate yourself from this person. You're meant to take that darkness that they have unleashed onto you, and you're supposed to make it into your own, where that aspect of you now protects you. That aspect of you now guards you. That aspect of you now knows when to draw the line, when to draw the boundaries. And I feel like you're doing half of it, but you still need some of the pep up and motivation that I'm bringing in this reading right now. Okay, you need to be very honest with yourself. You need to check out my collective reading that I've also done, being brutally honest with yourself. Okay, that's the reading in the Ripple Effect collective reading playlist. You can check that out there. This person loves how much fear they can bring in your eyes just by them being present around you, or it's like it brings them a sense of, like, I'm telling you, a sense of thrill, a sense of like joy to see you scared of them, to see you scared that they are going to be violent or aggressive. Like, they feel happy about it, they enjoy it. And you need to be honest to yourself about where this level of them doing this to you has made you either succumb to them or like put yourself into their hands to be controlled or manipulated. How many times do you like cower in front of them, or like you are not able to look into their eyes and talk to them, like things like
How many times have they taken away your power from you? And how many times has that caused for you to go in isolation, for you to heal yourself? How many times has this person destroyed your confidence to the point where you have had to always have new beginnings in your money or in your career, and they constantly try to end all new beginnings for you, so you have to keep restarting or you have to keep doing something again and again, because no matter what you do, this person tries to wreck it or tries to tell you that whatever you're doing is not going to amount to anything, because you're meant to depend on this person or their advice or what they are doing, or you need to be with them and not think independently about yourself or about your life, about your goals. This person doesn't like that. But what they love about you, though, is the fact that they are able to do this to you. They're able to end good things in your life, that they are able to have control on your mind to the point where you fear them. And when you fear them, they control you. When you're scared of their repercussions, of what actions they could take, and that makes you scared to be honest with yourself or with others about everything that you have been through with this person, they really love it. They have another victory in their mind about the situation. With the death rights, I'm also getting your ancestral energy here. I feel like your ancestors are here supporting you through this because they really applaud you for going through this with this person and this enemy of yours, because this enemy is not easy to deal with, it's not easy to handle. I feel like you've been through hell on planet Earth, Paltri, and I'm so sorry that you have had to go through this. I'm so sorry that you have had to go through this. And at times, you could have questioned yourself as to whether are you losing your mind or are you going crazy, or did this person actually do this to you, because this person could be a great manipulator. Like they could actually make you believe that none of it happened even though it did. None of the creepiness happened, none of the SA happened, none of the violation happened even though they did. They're a very aggressive, very dominating, very controlling person, but when it comes to them accepting that about themselves, they like to hide it. They like to hide it. And I feel like they also, with the king energy here, this card says excessive rulership and entitlement. So this person really has this unrestrained way of ruling over your life and over your sovereignty, your autonomy, your independence. And they love the fact that they have been able to do this for a long time, but they see that turning around and it's something that threatens them as well, right? So I feel like you will also have a lot of messages in the other pile on my part one of this reading, which is what is your enemy noticing about you right now. which is in the description box on my Patreon, right? But regardless, I feel like this person could have like a position of power or authority, or they could have money, and they try to use that to basically get over on whatever it is that they have done towards you. And I feel like with this thirst card, it's like they are hungry to see you cry, or they are hungry to like also hurt you when you're crying when they hurt you. So if they have hurt you and you cry, it's like in their mind they delusionally believe that you're blaming them for them beating you or them being violent towards you, and that makes them want to be violent towards you even more. Yeah, like something about violence is coming through very strongly, and you have like tolerated it. Like you have silently been abused or traumatized by this person, and have kept quiet about it, and have felt gaslit about it, have felt like, are you losing your mind? Have you done something wrong? Like you could have taken all of this onto yourself after what happened, because we have the Ace of Wands in reverse as well, and that itself is talking about like a intimate rejection. So your enemy loves the fact that because what they have done to you, that you don't want to now connect with anybody else in an intimate way, because now you don't trust anyone in an intimate way, either because it's too painful, too hurtful after what they did to you intimately, and how they violated you intimately, or this could be because of the trust issues that they have caused in you, which causes you to always have this pattern of negative thinking towards humanity in general and what they would do to you if you get close to them or if you let them get close to you. Like in a way, this was their goal, was to keep you away from everyone and isolate you from everyone, because they will never get over you, because you are this earth angel, right? And you have your higher self coming through in the Temperance card, telling you that you have done the impossible in this life, pile 3, by tolerating this person's nonsense and going silently about your day and about your life. And you have tolerated all of this, you have endured all of this, and you feel like spirit has not noticed this, or your ancestors, your spirit guides have not noticed this. But this reading is evidence and proof that everything is seen up there. And there are very high divine authorities that have taken control of this case, this particular case of this person, this enemy of yours. So they are not in your control, or even karmically in your control. This person is meant to go through something that is unfathomably painful. It's excruciatingly unthinkable and unimaginable. And it's something that you must not know, because I can already see the outcome of what this person is going to go through. And it's something that's, yeah, it's not, it's, I don't know what to say. Like I don't have words for it, but I can kind of see images in my mind's eye, because I have psychic gifts that are activated, and I feel like you do too. I feel like the reason why you went through all of this is because you're meant to be an earth angel. You're meant to motivate people in the most hopeless of places in their life to get back up, to shine, to thrive, to have new beginnings in their life, to hunger for more new beginnings, and to hunger for more love, compassion, and fight for it in this world. Not to shy away from living your life after going through something so hard and so painful. This is something that you're meant to do. I feel like you could have gone through this throughout your childhood, and you did not understand why you had to go through this. Like, why did the divine want to punish you? No, it's not that, pile 3. It's just that you are the strongest soul, and for you to go through this was the only way that you would then be able to with proof, help others who are going through something similarly traumatic and painful. So that is your life purpose that this enemy has activated within you, and subconsciously this enemy thanks you, and they love this about you, the fact that only you could have taken this, pile 3. Only you could have taken all of their darkness onto you, and still survive to tell the story. Only you were the person, only you are the soul, only you, your higher self, was capable of handling this person's torture. And their subconscious mind, their unconscious mind thanks you for being able to take on their darkness, because this will allow them to eventually be redeemed by them being able to reflect on their actions and on their thoughts and beliefs and what they did eventually by their own higher self anyway. So, even though this has been extremely painful for you, know that it is for the greatest cause with the Tower card at the back of the deck. And their ancestors are very pissed off with them, obviously, but at the same time, their ancestors bow to you. They take a bow to you. Their higher self takes a bow to your higher self. I promise you this. Their higher self takes a bow to your higher self. There's a lot of respect you have earned from the spirit realm for going through all of these challenges silently and doing what's best. And even though you were shivering and you were scared and you were terrified, you did your best, pile 3. Okay? And now it's time for you to get your rewards, to get your blessings, and your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides are right there with you. You need to get in touch with your ancestors. I have uploaded an ancestor ritual on my Patreon, so do check it out. The link is in my community tab, or you can just check it out through the description box below. Just click on the Patreon link and you can become a member, right? It's on my alchemist tier. But regardless, I feel like now it's time for you to let go of your fears, to stand up on your own 2 feet, to get back up, and to get help if required. Okay, get in touch with me, because you see this 10 of swords and fear, it's like this person has caused a lot of nervous system damage in you that needs to be healed and fixed. And I feel like this person loves the fact that they have caused this to you, right? Because they hunger for this, they hunger for more damage that they can do, because their soul is completely like it has lost its way, and their higher self is also struggling to, I don't know, help them at this phase. And so it's time for you to take your power back and to recognize that from now on your own life purpose begins. Okay? And this person, in a way, no matter how dangerous and demonic this person was, has also helped you empower yourself, has helped you realize your own shadow, your own fears, has allowed you to step into your full power and complete honesty with yourself and others, to the point where you will not fear leading anymore. You will not fear taking responsibility for your financial freedom anymore, for new beginnings in your life anymore. You're going to be ready. You're going to be accepting of this mission. You're going to help empower others.